Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. I forget where I left off. Oh, we were talking about Ninetales.
Okay, I got the fart out. We're good. Just kidding. I didn't fart.
So the next two Pokemon types that had changed, and you and I had talked about this before. So Psyduck is now Water Psychic.
Good.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the part I have a problem with. Golduck is Water Ghost.
What? Why?
Yeah. So I went in and I changed it.
Good.
It's
Why
like
would you make
no
that
explanation
ghost?
for it. They just did it that way.
That's so dumb. Why would you make that ghost?
I don't know,
That's
man.
so
I don't
frustrating.
know. Okay, so Blastoise is now Water Steel.
Okay, good.
That's the other one we
Yeah.
talked about. Charizard is Fire Dragon instead of Fire Flying. No?
Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying that that's...
I understand
I
that.
get it. That one's not as important to me.
Right.
So here's one I thought was really interesting. We talked a little bit about Paris having a parasite, and it was actually the parasite that was the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So Paris is grass insect, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they grass bug, sorry. I think I did that last time too.
You're fine.
Yeah, so grass bug. This one made a lot of sense to me. So Parasect, when Parasect happens, the bug is like no more, it's just the parasite.
Right.
Now. So because of that, Parasect is now Grass Ghost because the bug fucking died.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
I got you.
Yeah. So a lot of other stuff happened, and there are a lot more that are probably like good examples that I don't know about yet because just I haven't been through the game very far. But what I had seen on the forum when I was just scrolling was stuff like Electabuzz and Magmar. They have a secondary type that's fighting.
Why?
Well, they're mostly physical attackers, and they are human in stature. I assume that's why they made that decision.
I get it for
I'm not saying it's a good
Electabuzz.
idea. I'm just saying those stood out to me.
Yeah, I don't feel it for Magmar, but I feel it for
Magmar doesn't make
Electabuzz.
sense to me, but Electabuzz definitely makes sense to me.
Magmar's whole thing is like he shoots fire from his face.
Yeah.
So
Here's another piece that I didn't like, but not enough to go into the game and address it because there are so many.
yeah.
But a lot of Pokemon that just had one type now have normal as a secondary type,
okay.
which isn't fun if you're playing as a ghost with a ghost Pokemon. Yeah. And it's not all of them, but it's a few of them, and I've found it kind of irritating moving forward.
I probably would have changed that shit.
Yeah, well, I need to know which ones it is, and I don't want to go through each one to look. All right, so Gen 7 abilities. Gen 7 is Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
There's some Gen 7 abilities in this game.
Like what?
Like Surge Surfer for Raichu.
Oh.
Or Raichu. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So when was this ROM hack made? That's my question.
Pretty recently, actually. I think within the last 2 years, and then they've made additions to it since then.
Gotcha.
Yeah. New abilities have been added, and I'm not talking about Gen 7 abilities. I'm talking about abilities that have
they
never
made their own.
existed before. Yeah.
That's good.
Is Tank Shell an ability?
What does it do?
I can't remember. I didn't write that down.
Well,
I just thought maybe you'd know it.
I don't
from the
really
name.
know. Abilities I'm not as familiar with. There's a lot that I am, but not all of them.
There's Gen 7 typing in here. 6 and 7. I say 7, but I think it was introduced in 6. Fairy.
Yeah.
Fairy is in this game.
Okay.
The only ones that I've acknowledged or am aware of are Clefairy, the Clefairy line, and Togepi's line. So I don't know if they did it for
they probably
the Ralts line or whatever.
I don't know if they did it for the Ralts line.
I know I know in Gen 6 and 7, Ralts, the female version, or not the female version. Is it by gender?
So
they can go fighting or psychic fighting or psychic fairy.
yeah, so if you have a a male Curlia. So a male Ralts into a male Curlia, which is much more rare than the female. Then you can get a Gallade by using I think a Dawn Stone on the male Curlia. And that's how you can get a Gallade. Typically people, if they're not if they're just not smart enough to look it up, they end up getting a Gardevoir because they'll end up just over leveling the Curlia and getting it to evolve. But I like Gallade more personally.
Is it the fighter one?
Yeah, because it learns.
That's a good move typing. Psychic fighting.
Like so the moveset I ran with it was Psycho Cut, because that's a physical psychic move. And then I think Close Combat, Leaf Blade, and Earthquake.
Leaf Blade.
Yeah.
Nice.
I used a heart scale to give it Leaf Blade.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. What was the next? Oh, so evolutions have changed too. So Pokemon will evolve at different. Some Pokemon will evolve at different levels.
Okay,
There's some ways.
Before you go into this,
okay,
we're talking about who's gonna win the
oh
contest.
shit. Okay, who's gonna win?
This is big time. Are you ready for this? Placing third was Camper Berry, who caught a Kakuna. Congratulations, dude. What?
Good job.
What?
Oh fuck.
Placing second was Quiffle.
You got a Pinsir and a Scyther?
I caught. Okay, you can only keep one. Okay.
Oh.
I caught a fucking Scyther.
You should have kept the Pinsir, I guess.
No. 343. Okay, my score was 343. Cool Trainer Nick, who caught a Pinsir. You fucking asshole.
Fuck.
What was your score? 344? 369?
Nice.
Fucking asshole. God damn it. Now I get a stupid Everstone. Oh, God.
What is the Everstone? Is it an evolution
prevents
stone?
people from evolving, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of useless.
Interesting
that we're talking about evolving.
Interesting that we're giving a nickname to Scyther first.
Oh, okay.
Scyther's kind of your boy, so.
Well, he's not my boy. I just
Scyther!
really like Scyther. Man, I called it Skizzers, so SKI.
Yeah.
Start that.
Skizzers.
Yeah, Skizzers.
Like that?
Yeah.
All right. We got it.
All right. Yeah, it's not funny or anything, but so
just like your commentary.
So Ninetales doesn't evolve with the Firestone. It
Okay.
just evolves by leveling up. A lot of Pokemon that used to use stones evolve just by leveling up. So I didn't know to even mention this until you talked to me about it, because he saw me playing it a little bit while he was doing some classwork before we started.
Homework.
Yeah. I didn't realize there wasn't a day-night cycle in Gen 3, but in this game there's a day-night cycle, and the evolutions, take place. Like, some evolutions have to happen at night or day. And
Hey, sorry to interrupt you again, but check this out.
okay. Did the game just break? Can you go through the trees?
No.
No. Oh.
So you're actually supposed to be able to go through.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Because there's items.
You fucking mind fucked me there. Oh man.
Yeah,
they're like little horseshoe
There's a paralyzed heel right here.
Oh, okay.
That's how many times I've played this game. And you know what's over on the other side?
What?
Fucking dig.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So apparently you can play this online. Like you can connect. You can connect with other people to trade.
Like over Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Like if you're on the same network or something.
So on like local connection.
Yeah, local connections.
Okay. I was gonna say that,
it wouldn't surprise me. A lot of consoles have a net play feature, which would permit you to pretend like you're having a local interaction, but it's actually like, over the internet.
Sure.
Anyway, so a lot of people don't have access to that though when they're playing these emulators. So they made some changes so that Haunter levels up to Gengar at night when its happiness is maxed out at level 30.
Makes a lot more sense than trading it.
Yeah. And Onyx can evolve into Steelix without getting Metal Coat, just by leveling up to, what is it, 39?
But there's no...
And Scyther evolves into Scizor at level 39.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. You don't necessarily have to force them to have a metal coat, but I think there should be some like for Onyx, I think it's like maybe you should have like a certain defense stat before it can evolve.
I agree. I'm not saying that these are good things. I'm just saying I noticed that those were some of the changes they made in the forum that I thought were interesting. It's not, from what I remember reading, it's not hard to get metal coat. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game you're playing. Like in Emerald, in the base Emerald game, it's definitely not easy to get a metal coat.
Right.
In fact, I don't even know if you get a metal coat in
Gen 3.
In Gen 3.
Maybe that's why they had to do the leveling. I mean, they could just put it in the game. They added a lot of items that weren't in that game.
Yeah, I mean, they could just do that.
Yeah.
But...
All right. So the next item was base stat changes. So a lot of Pokemon's base stats are like changed all up to balance out the game.
Okay.
Now normally it's just like moving some special attack over to, I don't know, special defense or something like that. Something not major. I noticed when I was looking through the PDF for this ROM that Raichu is a little bit different. You go from high special attack Pikachu.
Okay.
At the tail end of Pikachu, he starts learning physical moves, and you evolve into Raichu, who has a 130 attack stat.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And its special attack is down. And
Why?
it can learn Thunder Punch and Volt Tackle. Yeah. And it's got the ability, access to the ability, what was it? Surge Surfer. That we talked about before.
Why is it physical?
I don't know, man.
Why would
I
you
thought that
do
was weird.
Oh, God.
I mean, it didn't like irritate me enough to go in and adjust it, because I was like, that's kind of a fresh take, but it's not necessary. I don't think that.
Yeah, that's kind of just weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, it's not outlandish to have a physical Pikachu. That's a legitimate strategy, is to have the physical one so you could use Volt Tackle, because Volt Tackle is so powerful. But one, getting Volt Tackle is a huge pain in the ass, and two, like
Volt Tackle is learned by leveling.
Well, that's good
in this one, yeah.
Because like in the actual games, there's some
You have
bullshit
to, like,
you have to do with
yeah.
breeding. So you get a Pichu that will learn it, and then
Yeah.
it's just dumb.
Okay, so I missed something that I wanted to talk about, and I thought this is my opinion. I thought it was a great idea because this typing is probably one of the worst defensively.
Okay.
And that's Ice type.
Yep.
They added an immunity to ice, and that is to water. Complete immunity to water.
Okay.
Except for Scald, which makes sense.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. That's so specific. Like, okay,
Scald?
because Scald is like heated water.
If you
but
look
like,
at the info on Scald, it says that it does extra damage to ice type or something like that.
Yeah,
or
I'm
it's,
just like,
it's not resisted by ice
just
type.
because you're shooting water doesn't mean, okay, well, I'm ice, so I'm colder, so I'm immune.
Yeah.
Also, Jigglypuff, go fuck yourself with putting me to sleep, you son of a bitch. I hate being put to sleep.
Anyway, I like ice being immune to water.
I don't mind it. I mean, ice needs help.
Yeah.
I just...
At least, if not that, at least give it a resistance to like fucking grass or something.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Because water, like, when you have a glass of ice water, the ice fucking melts.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't quite get the... Let's just give it an immunity, you know?
Yeah, it's not so much that it's water that it's immune to, although, I mean, it makes more sense than some other options. Like, what I mean is that it wouldn't be immune to fucking steel or something.
Right.
But I do like that it's getting an extra defensive boost because ice is fucking terrible defensively.
Yeah, it's really only used to like... And like you don't use a lot of actual ice types in your teams.
Unless you're like going up against some dragons, you don't really at all.
Right, but like in competitive, you don't really see a lot of ice types. You see Pokemon like Starmie that just have Ice Beam. Like you just see Ice Beam users.
Which is fucking... I love the combo of Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. That's like perfect coverage.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
I mean that's why Starmie has been top tier in every single meta.
He's still OU.
Yeah, I mean it's just because the coverage you get is ridiculous. You have Bolt Beam, Psychic, and Surf, or if you don't feel like covering with Water or Psychic or whatever, you just throw on Recover.
Yeah, I was gonna say access to Recover is an excellent.
It's crazy.
It's just an excellent combo, really. All right, so we talked about Mew making Mewtwo. Infinite TM use.
Good.
And deletable HMs.
Good.
Yeah. New Pokemon. There are 3 new Pokemon that I noticed in the summary.
Okay, are they actually new, or are they just new to you?
No, they're actually new. They talked about having actually new Pokemon. One of them isn't new.
Hold up.
What? Is that your enemy? Oh.
No, it's just Bill.
Oh, fucking Bill.
He just looks really similar to a rival.
I read somebody talking about wanting to create a fanfic about Bill where he goes, like, he takes things too far and 2 Pokemon go through the system at the same time and they fuse into one Pokemon.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Anyway, one Pokemon that's in this game that they added exists as something that you can encounter, but you've never been able to catch it.
Okay. Hold on.
All right.
Let me think.
Okay.
You can encounter, but you've never been able to catch it.
Right.
Counter, but you can't catch it.
Do you want a hint?
I'm so tired, I can't think of it.
All right, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Saying it's a Pokemon might be a fucking stretch.
Okay.
First gen. Starts with an M. Next letter is an I. Next letter is an S.
Missing no.
Missing no. You can catch Missing no.
You can catch Missing no.
Yeah, but can you use him in combat?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a fucking
water
idiot,
gun
then.
and Sky Attack.
Oh, well, interesting.
Or, yeah.
So, wow, I feel like a fucking
Hey,
idiot.
Look at this guy.
Kind of looks like your character. Same color scheme and everything.
Fucking take that back. Quiffle worked really hard on her figure.
All right. I didn't know that you could catch Missing No. I thought that people just used it to get fucking infinite Master Balls and rare candies and shit.
Well, that's how you do it.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I did it.
Yeah. Well, I did it kind of recently for the first time ever.
And you can use it in combat?
Yeah. I mean, it's not great.
Okay,
but-
so it's in this. Its typing is flying / question mark. Erratic XP group. It's genderless. All right, so here are its base stats. 33 HP, 136 attack, 19 defense, 6 special attack, 23 special defense.
So it's terrible.
Yeah, and 29 speed, with defenses that actually outcompete Sunkern for the bottom spot. All right. It's got a move called just dash. Just the symbol dash.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's very good. It's got 127 base power. It's question mark type. Never misses. Has priority. And restores 255% of any damage. It
Jeez.
deals. What? I hear you cry? That's insane. I'm reading the author's notes on this.
Oh!
Nope. This guy dies in one hit and can't even be super effective. It's bland and bad. But you can catch it.
But you can
And you
catch
use
it. And it has this move that's like super crazy good that can heal everything it needs.
Mm-hmm.
But
it can fucking die in one hit.
it dies in one hit, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Awesome. Well, next time on Pokemon Crystal.
Wow, really? Already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's most of what I wanted to talk about anyway. Well, I'll talk about the things I listed that I want to see in actual Pokemon games. Okay.
So next time on Pokemon Crystal,
Next time on Pokemon
no
Crystal.
Taker Ian returns.
Yeah.